Hi, I'm creating this video for myself as a memorandum. I'm a Japanese guy in my 50s. I love freedom, excitement, and meeting a new world. First of all, let me remind you of a certain consideration of my life plan as Japanese. As an objective data, the Japanese live long. I have no idea about me, but I need to keep that in mind in planning the rest of my life. It makes you clear when looking at this bar graph of the retirement age. Surely, amount of pension would be higher than one of Malaysian friends, but it's evident that amount of pension tends to be less than the necessity cost for living in each country. Yeah, you cannot rely on pension plan alone. Besides, Japan has been facing more severe low birth rate and aging society. In Japan, pension plan is nothing but a Ponzi scheme. The Japanese need to lead a longer retirement life with insufficient assistance. Next, let me summarize some about how I look at life differently in the cases of people who were born in Malaysia and Japan respectively in 1970s. Excuse me, it's not scientific analysis but the one based on my own view. I tried drawing the line graph's so-called happiness index. By the time of age 10, Japan was one and only advanced nation in Asia. I was satisfied with it. Meanwhile, Malaysia was still one of the emerging countries, and I heard that Japan was a paragon of development with a policy of look east. And in my teenagers, Japan experienced cloud 9 with bubble economy. Believe it or not, it was said that the market capitalization of land in Japan was equivalent to 4 Americas in those days. That was crazy. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, the people there also began to targeting to establish a developed nation with a slogan called Wawasan 2020 according to what I heard. I was dreaming of a rosy life as a working adult in those days. But as soon as I became a university student, I encountered upheaval in society. It was the birth of Japan's economic bubble. I felt the rapid decline of happiness index in my mind, while Malaysians of my age still appeared to believe in a bright future with the completion of Petronas Twin Towers. I had to enter the world of work in terrible situation. My life as a working adult has been just awful since then. Japan was still deemed as a developed nation, but our GDP was overtaken by China at my age of 40, and it entailed various conflicts between the two. To make matters worse, we confronted with the turmoil caused by Fukushima nuclear power plant in 2011, and it led to unprecedented exodus. In the same year, the number of Japanese applicants for MM2H program doubled of the previous year and came first as the most number of applicants to the program by nation. And now, I lived half a century. Japan is still in the middle of stagnation called lost 3 decades. Reportedly, the Japanese yen fell to 24-year low against greenback the other day. Please tell me, did my generation do something wrong? The news of the completion of high-rise buildings from KL often looked a stark contrast to the current situation of Japan. Sorry for my prejudice, but this is all about my outlook about 2 nations through my life.
Malaysian dream, lost in Hokkaido.
Okay, now let's go back to the original topic. I am thinking about my second career if the situation allows me to do so. Currently, I've been working at a relatively large organization in a local city of Hokkaido, but I want to try something new which has something to do with my original interest. Basically, I'm more interested in acting and working globally. To enable it, working from home, working on a self-employed basis, and working at a foreign country are the options to consider at the moment. On the other hand, there exists some hurdle particular to our working culture that I should keep in mind. It's a mixture of seniority system and apprenticeship. Here, Let me give you a graph that indicates how this mechanism works negatively. Now you can think of age as horizontal axis and amount of salary as vertical one. As your age goes, you'll have more skills and you'll be able to work more efficiently in general. So this is the equilibrium of salary and age. However, under the societal seniority system and apprenticeships, the youngsters are more likely to be treated unduly in terms of compensation package. In other words, they receive less pay the amount calculated by actual job performance just because they are still young. But when they become older, say in their 40s, they begin to receive more pay even if their skill is already outdated. Well, actually I've turned 50 and I'm in the middle of that age retrieving the past loss. Besides, it's a period of my money spending the most in my life because of my son's university tuition and so forth. So, should I give up my dream and let it go at that? But I still want to believe that my future holds a few surprises. Now, I can give you a different perspective. This is a table which indicates median annual income of Japan by age in the year 2022. Our retirement age used to be 60, but has recently extended to 65. But our compensation package can't catch up with this reform yet. As a result, our income is supposed to decrease sharply if we wish to keep working at the same workplace. It's a sea change in our work environment that stayed long in seniority system. In fact, my current workplace is also going to offer the half pay if I wish to keep working after the age of 60. So, our pay is prospected to decrease rapidly either way. Why not take a chance?
Malaysian dream, lost in Hokkaido.
I know working in a foreign country is not easy. This is a comparison of per capita income Malaysia and Japan in US dollar volume. In spite of Japan's long-lasting downturn, it still keeps 3 times of Malaysians. If I had some debts from Japan and planned to work in Malaysia, it seems to bring me some trouble. But I must say, there are juggling figures here. Now I'll show you. These 2 bar graphs reveal another comparison based on purchasing power parity basis. This comparison proves that the quality of life between the 2 nations are much closer if we focus more on the living cost. But why? Because in Malaysia, you can buy Big Mac 30% lower price than the one in Japan, and petrol is surprisingly 1/3 of that of Japan. Amazing! Besides, currently, I live in a rural area of Japan, but if I lived in a megacity like Tokyo or KL, there would be more chances of getting high income. Anyway, I need to do further research. Thanks for watching.